Alright folks, welcome to another modern stream. It's time for memes, truth, only one way to find out. We're gonna be trying out Learnmulet. If you're wondering about this deck and you're saying, what the hell man, like why? And the reason is that a player by the name of Bid Narcio, which we see right here, actually top 8'd the Saturday Modern Challenge with this version of Amulet, just packing 4 copies of Field Trip and then a bunch of lesson cards, which is kind of hilarious. I'm still trying to wrap my head around the concept, but in theory, it does make sense, right? You have a ramp spell, and it can potentially give you either removal for artifact or enchantments. It can give you a threat. It can give you a way to stabilize with the pest summoning, or it can give you, I guess, this seems far and away like the worst one. I'm not even playing environmental sciences because like this assumes that you already have a field trip, like unless you really wanted to gain 2 life. But but yeah, the basic conjuration is gonna be a shot at finding a Titan or whatever. I think I don't like this list in particular. I think that this list has a couple of things going on that I don't like. Like, for example, it doesn't have Crumbling Vestige. It doesn't have Ghost Squadron in the 75, which I'm like, why? The split is playing 2 Gruul Turfs and 2 Celestial Sanctuaries, and it's easier for us to get red mana thanks to Vesuva. So I want to have more Sanctuaries so I can randomly activate my Sandhomes and Strongholds. It's stuff like that. But the core idea, I think, is kind of neat. So I didn't usually when I grab a list that did well, I just play a league with the original list before I make any changes. But in this case, I just went ahead and I just made the changes to fix the issues that I saw with the deck. So the list has the same core, but I changed the mana a little bit. I cut the second copy of Breeding Pool, and I played the Crumbling Vestige instead, and I put the Ghost Squatter in the sideboard over the Cavern of Souls. Then the rest is pretty much the same, except that I'm not playing Environmental Sciences, and I'm playing Force of Vigor instead. So I also have the Tracker in place of, I don't even know what I cut, but right, I closed it. It's too late. But I think that this is gonna be interesting, and I'm kind of excited to give it a try. I also wanted to real quick shout out to Apriola, who got first in the Modern Challenge on Sunday, and they were rocking Reclaimer Amulet. They've been working on Reclaimer Amulet for a long time now. And it's super cool whenever you see this sweet version of Amulet, which could be, again, as I said, every time I play this deck, I always say the same thing. This is not a worse version of Amulet. This is just a different version of Amulet that is very heavily underexplored. So, couple of things that I want to point out. Only 3 Flagstones. This is something that I feel like I talked about last time that I streamed this deck. I feel like you probably just cannot afford to play 4 copies. Temple Garden, and they're playing Valakuts. They're cutting down on Windswept Heath. I think I was playing 3 or 4. So it makes sense because you do run out of fetchables. But yeah, the rest of the shell it's pretty much what we've been working, what I was working on the last time, and but with the inclusion of Eldrazi Skull, which I think it's interesting. It could be cool. I think I tried the Eldrazi Skull in the early lists and then I cut it. But I think that Eldrazi Skull has some potential in this list specifically because you have enough white sources to make it work, and it's basically extra copies of Summoner's Pact or Primeval Titan, which is super nice. But yeah, this is a card that I will definitely be This is a deck that I will definitely be bringing back. I was thinking about playing it today, but I think that there's no content out there with Learnmulet, so I wanted to at least play a couple of leagues with that first with the original list, and then make changes according to that. But yeah, I'm super into Reclaimer Amulet. I think Reclaimer Amulet is great and extremely underexplored. So if you want to have some fun and you want to really test your Amulet skills, I think that the Reclaimer Amulet deck is truly amazing. Like the Carmelo list in the qualifier very much. Oh yeah, totally forgot about that. Yeah, so this past weekend For whatever reason, the showcase results were not posted, which is weird. But I ended up playing in the showcase qualifier. All of my matches are, you can find all of my matches in YouTube right now. All of my matches are in YouTube, so if you're watching right now on YouTube, you can just go watch the matches, or you can simply go to that link right now if you're interested in watching it. But the latest video that I uploaded was all my matches from the showcase, and I actually played against Bamsing right there on. I think we played in round 2, and I ended up getting into the top 8 and then losing in the quarterfinals in brutal fashion, because I was the 3rd seed and I played against the 6th seed, and if I had been on the play, I would have won that game, the game 1, but then MTGO put my opponent on the play, and I ended up losing that game and then the match, because I lost both matches where my opponent was on the play, basically. But yeah, I was very, very impressed by the list. I recommend you watch the matches. There's some pretty cool matches in there. And one of the things that impressed me the most is Golos. Golos consistently overperforms in my testing, and I basically don't think I'll ever play another Karn Amulet deck without having Golos in my sideboard. It just gives you so much flexibility, and it just by itself takes you out of very, very sticky situations. So Golos was one of the overperformers, and I think the card that I minused for with Karn the most was Spidey Needle, because I played against Heliod 4 times in 6 rounds. So yeah, but this list was very, very good. I liked it a lot. And then House today top 8'd the PTQ, switching Esika's Chariot for Wormcoil Engine, but like with the exact same list, and then minus Chariot plus Wormcoil Engine. So I think this list is very strong. This is obviously what I would be playing if I were playing a competitive event, because that's exactly what I play. But yeah, I recommend you watch those videos, and if you're enjoying them and you're enjoying this video as well, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And yeah, leave me a comment down below letting me know about your thoughts, and I will see you for the round number 1. All right, so this hand's great. Let's keep it. This hand's great. So we can go turn 1 Amulet, turn 2 Gracer, put Teleruist, play Bounce Land, transmit for Pact. Not bad, not bad. Oh, there's a Titan, I guess. You mean with the Karn list? Oh, well, I can't tell you right now, but I can tell you in between matches if you want. Oof, dodged. Congrats on the tournament, friend. You performed damn well, especially considering the Heliods everywhere. Dude, 4 Heliods, man. That's just so many Heliods. So many Heliods. Sure. All right. So if my opponent has Thought Knot, is there any way I can do everything? So we play this Gracer, Simic Growth, play Vestige, float for blue. No, we only have 1 mana floating. Yeah, so we can't both Filtrate and Transmute, which is rough. Chet Bake with the Prime Sub coming back for the 1st month. Thank you so much for the continued support. You become my Playgroup favorite streamer, and they don't even play Amulet. That's awesome, Chet Bake. Appreciate it. I would name my first Voltron after you if I could spell it. That means so much, Stubbs. The fact that you can't spell it particularly. Yeah, I'm just gonna Filtrip here. The memes are just too strong to not do this. Also, we can like cycle. Damn. I'm just gonna Mascot Exhibition. Let's fucking go, man. In before Warping Whale, am I right? Yes! Yes! I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew that Warping Whale was coming. Too strong. It's just too strong. My opponent just did not know what to do with it. They're like, field trip? Fuck no. What would I get off the Karn trigger? I was gonna get Mascot Exhibition. We have enough lands, so. Yeah, the E-Tron decks are just nonsense, right? Like, they're just a stupid amalgamate of cards, so nothing surprises me anymore. That's nice. So what I want to do is I want to play around Chalice of the Void. And the way to play around Chalice is to make sure that we can pact in case my opponent attempts to play a Chalice. So I'm gonna make sure that I have multiple green sources in play. Could also pact for a Susa, but that doesn't really do that much for me. I could pact for second Gracer and just play a Titan right now. Seems like a waste, but like, I have a Titan, my opponent has nothing. They could have all this dust, I guess. That's fine. And I think it's better to get Gracer than Asusa, because Asusa gets blown out by Dismember. So I can bounce this. Pact. Gracer. Gracer. Play Vestige. We have to make green mana here. Play Primetime. Gonna haste this bad boy. Pew. And I guess my opponent could have Tectonic Edge, so I'd like to not lose to Tectonic Edge. So I'm gonna get Tolaria West and Conley Arm. It's kind of whatever. Yeah, this is fine. I'm gonna close my window because I'm getting so much noise. I don't want to transmute because if I transmute, then my opponent, I'm opening myself up to Thought Knots here. So transmuting seems like not a great. Thought the B-pin was the wife. Okay, so we want Force, we want Sage. What are we up against? E-Tron. E-Tron. So we want that, we don't want this. That's it. Could have Tracker. This looks fine to me. Fail alarm, thank you for the follow. Yeah, it was totally a fail alarm. What was going on behind me? Hey, I think I like this hand. Do I think that Handbook Battlements is not ideal? I feel like Handbook Battlements will always be worse from now on. Until they unban Field of the Dead or they print a Field of the Dead equivalent. You got a Chalice. That's awkward, but because now my castles are gonna enter untapped, which is not what I want, which is funny. Does my opponent have the Natty-Tron? Natty-Tron into Karn would be tough to beat, to be honest. There's a Natty-Tron. That's gonna be tough to beat. I guess I could find a bounce land. If I find a bounce land, we can be fine. But I have exactly this turn to find a bounce land. They get in Snare Bridge? Why? Why would you get a Snare Bridge there? Whatever. Yep, that's the pick. And if they play Luca Melconi, we get a pest for our troubles. Hot. Honestly, now that I think about it, maybe I should have played Dryad there, huh? So I can pressure the Karn. Yeah, maybe I messed it up. I was feeling that I wanted to have more lands in play, but maybe that was just wrong. Hola Viking, ¿qué onda? ¿Cómo andas? Yeah, that's what I was thinking, but the problem is... Yeah, maybe I played that turn poorly. Because I could have done both things. Or I could have gone like Dryad plus Field Trip. Or I could have gone like Breeding Pool and tap twice, tap Castle, and play both Dryads. Yeah, I guess that Sundering Titan is a good reason to not do that. Also a good reason to not play Breeding Pool. Sundering Titan is messed up, man. So we don't care too much about that guy now. Oh, I didn't update Stream Decker. Well, now this is easy mode, right? I guess it's not easy mode. Let's actually think about this. We play Titan. We get Vounceland plus Valakut. That allows us to kill Karn. Then we play Dryad, Then we can play Field Trip, and Field Trip can go get... What? Field Trip can go get what? Use Learn Broken Amulet. Yeah, that's gonna be the title, I assume. The problem is this tech edge, right? Like this tech edge is super awkward because it just kills the Valakut, and then I'm left with kind of nothing, and we only have one trigger. Oh no, because we attack next turn. Oh, but we have only a single Valakut. Yikes. That's awkward. That's awkward. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm still gonna do, I guess I can just bounce the Valakut, then I can protect it that way. Or I can just, no, we can't attack with Titan. Wait, can I attack with Titan? We can get, we get Stronghold, Growth Chamber. Stronghold, Growth Chamber. That is, we untap this Stronghold and we untap this Growth Chamber. We play Dryad. We net 1 mana and we get... We have 3. Then we can do Field Trip. I think we have enough, actually. And we can attack with Titan right now. And then the Titan gets Valakut plus Vesuva. I think we can just haste this Titan and serve. Yeah, we can blow up the bridge right here. Don't care too much about the bridge. I know about the bridge. We're fine. This answers the bridge. So there's this. Play land. So this is going to be 6 mana. Bounce. Kill that. Field Trip. Go get Forest. Tap Forest for red and white. And then we can get Mascot Exhibition, whatever, it doesn't matter. Red. White. Haste. Oh, I had to... Oh, man. I think I had to keep... I think I had to keep the bounce land in play. We don't want to kill the Sundering Titan. Oh, I can just go Squirtle or Tank Edge. That seems better. Yeah, let's just do that. Yeah, I know about the Chalice. I'm not gonna go to. We're not gonna get to Lure West. But this just blows up their Deck Edge. Oh, we just win with Dryad. And this random Mascot Exhibition that we have here. Ugin is pretty good there. Ugin is pretty good. We have the second Dryad. So unless they follow up the Ugin with... I guess they could have Dismember. I don't think my opponent's ever not going to attack here, so... That's nice because it allows me to attack with the 4-4. Which is more damage than attacking with the 1-1. With the 2-1. We also get to Dryad them. Good old post-combat. Good old post-combat Reality Smasher. We only get 2 triggers. So I guess I want to kill the Ugin. No, I want to kill the Smasher. Because we can kill both, I guess. Oh, we could have hasted everything? Maybe not. No, I don't think we could have hasted everything. Smusher down. I think I'm going to protect the Valakut here. And it doesn't matter what we haste. Just gonna kill Dugin. This deck is officially hilarious. I am in. And my opponent top decks all this dust, obviously. Why would my opponent top deck anything but all this dust in that spot, right? Why would they top deck anything that is not all this dust, right? What else could they have drawn there? It had to be all this dust. That was funny. That was very, very funny. Sure. I'm gonna keep this hand. This hand has a fairly clean route to a turn 3 Titan, as long as we find a Titan. So that's cool. I think I'm gonna lead on Ghost Quarter. It's pretty good. Am I playing the Gracer? I guess I am. I don't think I need the mana. And it protects me from like Chalice or whatever. Yeah, I will update it, Hudson. I forgot. Gonna update it in between matches. We're gonna draw Summoner's Pact here. Pog. So that's 2 mana. We can Mascot here. Oh, why did I think I had double amulet? Well, whatever. We can still Mascot Exhibition next turn. And I'm definitely going to draw step, blow up the tower. And of course, these dudes are getting in there, obviously. Sleepy Shaman with the tier 1 sub. Welcome to the Primetime Stronghold, Sleepy Shaman. Brand new sub. Why would they not have the Natty Tron? Am I right? Matter Shaper. Matter Shaper. Prime time. Not quite. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Should have named Impact on the cavern. Yeah, my bad. Big punt there. Thought not. Oh, man. You didn't get any card from my hand, opponent. How does that feel, huh? You didn't exile anything. You got nothing. You got nothing. Absolutely nothing. This allows us to transmute, which is fine. Just gonna get in with both of these. Well, I'm definitely getting in with this guy. Am I getting in with this guy too? It allows my opponent to chomp block and draw a card. Yeah, I don't think I'm getting with that guy. Dismember the elemental. Okay. Is field trip good or is it a meme? That's my answer for you. That's all I got. TBD, yeah, exactly. I don't like that my opponent's getting luckier than I am. I don't think that's fair. I feel like we should both be getting evenly lucky. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, draw a Titan here. Or draw a Titan here. Right here. You see, we're not getting evenly lucky. This is just not fair. We're not getting evenly lucky. I'm deaf to all this dust anyway. So I guess I play the Azusa. The problem with making more plants is if I make more plants, I can't transmute. So if I find the lesson thingy, right? If I find the lesson thingy, I can go get a land. I can blow up the chalice, getting a pest for my troubles, and then I can transmute this for a Titan and win. So I think it's better for me to hold on to the Sanctuary. Dustorino. Why do we have an Inkling? Because we're next level. We are seriously next level. Sure. All right. One of us got luckier than the other one. Brutal. All right, see you for the next round. Okay, round number 2. This hand is glorious. Turn 2 field trip. Busted in half. Busted in half. Really? I guess is this what the rest of the day is gonna be? Giant. I guess I should have named Beast. My opponent could chalice for 1 here. We explore. I think I definitely want a field trip here. Am I about to get, what's his name again? All right, I think I learned my lesson this time around. Are the names of 16 card cute or cringe? No idea. Do I have a cyber guide for it? For Amulet? I have 24 cyber guides for Amulet? So to answer your question, yes. They're available for all of my Twitch subscribers. I definitely have to load this up. That's the easy part. Trying to think what the most mana efficient way of doing so is. We can explore first. If we field trip, we don't have enough. We're 1 mana short if we field trip. I think I can follow Boruya. Do I have a cyber guide for the current list that I played? No. I don't have that one. Amulet changes way too quickly. So like the cyber guide that I have is 3 weeks old and it's already outdated. Or the cyber guide said, if you are a subscriber, you... Boom, that's your answer. I think I'm just going to explore into breach this thing. Fran, you're reading so many cyber guides. Have you considered making a cyber guide for people who want to make cyber guides? Wow, that's some real next level stuff. Explore first to gather a little bit more info. Bought into MTGO yesterday, of course bought Amulet, but how do you make an MTGO stop at a draw step so I can go squatter? Good question. You go here, you see that this lights up, it's not lit up, now it's lit up. So you go there and you right click, this little menu is going to show up and then it chooses your opponent or you. And then you can set up whether you want to stop there or whether you want to yield until there. I never yield until there, I just set a stop. If I want to draw step my opponent, I set a stop on the draw step. Boom, now it's set up. I go squatter them and then I take it off. You can also do like reduke and put like stops on literally every single thing. I tried doing that and it just gets sold really, really quick. I honestly don't know how Reed just does that. I think it's very uncomfortable, but he is the Duke after all. Every stop squad, yeah, I mean, some people like playing like that. It's just so many unnecessary clicks. And that makes a lot more sense when you're playing like a control deck, so maybe you want to like draw step click your opponent or something like that. When draw step clicking your opponent was a thing, I guess, but I guess that you can draw step Esper Charm your opponent, there you go. But like you do that so rarely and you have to like click constantly all the freaking time. So I think that overall in the... Wait. Oh, so they're mono green. So many field trips. So little time. Pact for Dryad. Dryad. Extra land. Titan. Yeah, I think this should be fine. I guess they could have Dismember, but... And there's a reason why they didn't... There's a reason why they didn't play the Ensnare Bridge, right? They could have played the bridge there and they didn't. So it makes me think that they do have Dismember. I doubt that it's getting better for me though. And because I'm triggering Valaket anyway, I'm not gonna risk getting blown out by a Dismember because like I can get Crumbling Vestige and then with the triggers on the stack my opponent Dismembers Dryad and I'm left with nothing, so... I am fairly sure that this Dryad's gonna die right now. Or maybe not. Why would you ever not block with the Death Toucher? They have the Mog. All this Dustarino. Now they have the Mog. Pay for Pact. Pay for Pact. Don't have enough. We're just gonna lose to the Ulamog, I think. Combo. Well, we have to protect the Valakut because we have only one. Which is very awkward. I could just discard and draw. So many field trips. Congrats on the wicked finish, halfway through the VOD, so tense even though we know the outcome. Yeah, Corn, thank you. I'm not seeing enough praying to Mogis this day. Why not? It's a good question. Seems really hard for us to win this game. Really, really, really hard for us to win. Because we only have this single Valakut. We're currently 2 pieces away. How can anybody enjoy playing Tron? Like, this is just so boring. Also, how the hell are we ahead on clock? Come on, Tron opponent, figure it out. In before they exile their own bridge, am I right? The resident slipper. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I guess that there's a type of player that really enjoys this kind of like, yeah, dude, here's this big thing that I'm doing. Ha 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 ha. Is that no? Johnny is the one No, Spike is the one that always wants to win. They just chose the two worst options. Just casually choosing the worst possible alternatives. We're gonna whiff on this. I'm ready. I am ready to whiff. Hey. Not a whiff. So now we need to find the Vesuva or Bounce Land. White Tron is a superior form of magic. Can't argue with that. Tron is just easy to play. Yeah, but like my opponent just made a heinous play, right? So like you can still fuck it up. So this blows up the bridge and the Dryad. And they're gonna deck me next turn. So if I draw a Titan, we can swing 16. That's not enough. 16 is not enough. Could just draw a blank too. It's also fine. That one. That one. Cut that one. These two. What does the wall do? It learns. 2 mana, 0/4. You tap it to gain 1 life, and then you pay 2 and sack it to learn. Didn't I bring in Rex Sage? I thought I clicked on Rex Sage. Oh, I clicked on Tracker instead. Yeah, Tracker's bad, Rex Sage is good. Does anyone know how Spike finished in the BDQ? I think I saw that he top 16th, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not 100% sure though. We are keeping the scan in case you were wondering. We are keeping this hand. When Amulet turn to Dryad, maybe turn 3 Titan. So the ideal thing for us would be for my opponent to be doing Tron things this game. Which is not interacting and just hoping that what they're doing is good enough. Maybe I should have played Simic there in case my opponent blows up my Dryad. I guess I'm not. Yeah, that doesn't change anything because I'm not going to transmute next turn anyway, so. Yeah, that's Tron thing, so we win. Cool. Cool. So that's 2 lands versus 3 lands. That gets, yeah. I'm going with Garrison here instead of something like Crumbling Vestige, because I won't have a bounce land in hand after this whole thing happens. And we're triggering Valakut anyway, so. Just gonna Valakut Ghost Quarter here, my opponent can't win. We see a little bit of the cost of... I didn't do the math. I don't think I had a lethal line here, but maybe I did. I actually did, yeah. If I had gotten bounce land, then we packed for Asusa and we just killed him. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Like, I had a lethal line there. It just my opponent can't win anyway, so it doesn't matter. No, Vesuva is not lethal because I have no extra land drops, and you cannot fetch. You cannot copy a land that you're getting off of the same Primeval Titan trigger. You can only copy lands that are already in the battlefield. But what I could have done is I could have gotten Vesuva, and then I copy Growth Chamber. I bounce Growth Chamber, second main phase I packed for Asusa, play the Growth Chamber, trigger Valakut, bounce Vesuva, replay Vesuva, copy in this. It didn't need to be Vesuva, it just had to be any bounce land, and then I can just get 2 extra land drops from the Asusa. That was the line. Again, it just doesn't matter because my opponent can't win in that spot, so. But it was still technically correct. Also, when if you play 2 Valakuts, I mean, you have to make some concessions, right? Like, you need to play more basic forest because you cannot afford for your field trip to whiff. Dirilio, think of the follow. My round 1 opponent played Eldrazi Tron, and they got luckier than I did, and I also punted game 3. It's nice that we have extra basics. So opponent moves to 6. I think I'm gonna ship 2. Is this better? Kind of is better. It's not great, but it is better. Opponent went to 5. I'm interested in the vertical field trip. Looks slow. I mean, it is just another 3-drop. We have a lot of 3-drops though now. We have 9 3-drops. That's a lot of 3-drops. It's been okay so far. That's an above average draw. The issue is that, like, there's only one lesson that is actively good. This is the actively good lesson. The rest is just filler. So I guess my opponent doesn't know that they can mulligan more. Good for me. Okay, so turn 4 Tron is what they're going for. I'm gonna need to find something good here. Yeah, that's not good enough. So now we get to tighten them next turn. And they didn't crack Expedition Map there. My opponent just punted there. They should have spent that turn to crack Expedition Map because the Dryad wasn't doing anything. So they needed to use that turn to crack Expedition Map, and then now they would have had access to 7 mana this turn, like 8 mana total. 1 of those mana goes to this member, and if they top deck a Carnal Liberator, they can actually cast it. But instead, they kind of, you know, didn't leave themselves the possibility of doing that. Still, bunch of things that we lose to here. Bunch of things that we lose to here. Ulamog being the biggest one. Shouldn't we play lesson that costs 5 to destroy no opponent? That's an interesting one for sure. Now, there's not that many that are potentially playable, right? So when you look at lessons, the ones that we're looking at are... I honestly think that Mascot Exhibition is a trap. I don't think that this card will win you games of Modern. Also, they had Worm Crawl, so I guess that we're looking really, really good now. Feels good to be good. Feels good to be good. Is it Stronghold here? Kill the worm so they gain less life. They can still block with the Death Touchy one, but... So we can GQ ourselves. That's lethal. It doesn't play around. It doesn't play around Dismember, but at this point I'm assuming my opponent does not have Dismember, right? That would be extremely Giga Brain otherwise. Oh, that was a mistake, actually. I mean, I think I can just force the issue. Like, I can force my opponent to blink first, basically. I can force my opponent to make a play and then it just goes quote on response. Oh, then being at 4. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, so I should have played around Wilt, I guess. But, yeah. Anyway, see you for the next round. Welcome to round number 3 with Learnmulet. Man, this castle is making this hand hella tempting. I think I'm gonna keep it on the draw. Oh no! Double leyline? How am I ever gonna beat that? Holy crap. How was the acting, chat? Are you gonna vote for me for the Oscars? Gonna vote for me, please? Was that good acting? Yeah, I think my opponent is just playing like the enchantment deck. Golden Glove for sure. Yes, got there. 5 out of 7. Brutal. Better than average. All right. That's funny when I say I don't know, is this a Ponza gamer? This opponent? This opponent ain't no Ponza gamer. This opponent is a dead gamer. Hollywood 4 impresses, best acting since Scarlett Johansson in Ghost in the Shell. I'll take it. I'll take it. Hall of Helios Generosity. My opponent is going hella deep. My opponent is going hella deep. take 2, opponent. Look at how much work those ley lines are doing over there. I have to win through combat instead of my opponent just being dead. Brutal. Devastating. So powerful. I mean, and my opponent has 2 of them even. Wow, are we about to get locked out? And do an ideal? One, two, three, four, five. They just don't have enough mana for Enduring Ideal. That's funny. Bounce. It costs 2 more mana to haste. So 2, that's castle mana. Bounce land. We're 1 mana short. Midas, think with the follow. So next turn they're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. So they're 1 mana short of what's his name? We don't have Ghost Quarter, so we can't GQ their snow-covered forest. But I think I am blowing up the ley line because I don't want my opponent to have access to... Like, this ley line represents 2 mana. Yeah. Hola, está dispo. Todo bien, estamos pasando bien jugando con este masaco. Está divertido. Do you think I was annoyed that you had to click yes or no on Brad? Like, yeah, I mean, it's not very likely for this to happen, but when it does, it's good to be aware of. I don't think I've ever lost a game. Probably a game, yes, but like I don't think I've ever lost a match to any of these, like Prisony and doing ideal decks. Okay, so they drew the land, so now they can endure an ideal, but I don't think there's any enchantment that does anything here. Yep, that's what I thought. Sage, Force, Ghost Quarter. Cut these, cut these. Explosives. Can't explore. Really funny learning interaction. I don't know. Still don't know. I don't think that this deck is well built though. I'm gonna make a bunch of changes for game 2 for the second league. So I'm gonna have Damping Sphere here. Damping Sphere is gonna be annoying, but I think it's still fine. More ley lines. You got. Can never turn the 5 million permutation is actually good because the community is so steeped on irony. Yeah, that's a that's a fair assessment. That is certainly a fair assessment. Get some lands here. Definitely needing some lands here. The good thing is that unless my opponent is splashing for Blood Moon, none of what they do matters whatsoever. People will look you square in the eyes and tell you that Virtuous Impulse is good. I mean, I won't, and I always said it. If you believed House, that's on you, my friend. If you ever believed House, that's your loss. But future pledging only Icelands really ups the stock of foreign Reef Hydra. That's fair. That is fair. Awkward. Nice engineer explosives, nerd. Okay, that's annoying. Huh. Well, that sucks. Three-turn clock. Don't wrath me, bruh. Don't wrath me, bruh. Oh no, they're gonna get there on the last turn. No! Oh, I guess I could have brought my opponent down to 1. I could have brought my opponent down to 1. Whoops. 3. Okay. At this point, now that I made the mistake, I'm just gonna hold on to the bounce land. EE for 3 in the face of this Solemnity. So you mean EE for 0, right? That's why I blew up this Solemnity in the first place. That's literally why I did that. So Field Trip wins. Force wins. Lotus Bloom, hell yeah. Wrath. Eidolon. Sure. So we just have to draw one of our cards that matter. Which are a reasonable amount. That doesn't do anything. That doesn't matter. Why not prime time to theme my deck? Recommend you read the Nevermore. Why can't we play EE on 3? I recommend you read Solemnity. Why can't we Valak at their face? That one has to be a troll. There's four reasons why we don't Valak at their face. There's the Wrath. Sure. No, we have multiple outs. Field Trip wins. Force of Vigor wins. We have many outs here. Now we just gotta draw them. How does it win? Because I blow up the Solemnity and then I play an Explosives that blows up everything else. Once the Solemnity is out of the game, I win. Because it unlocks my Explosives in my hand. That doesn't even do anything. Because I can just give it +2/+0 and swing for lethal if I find a force or something. Field Trip. Finally. Is it too late? It may be too late. No, I guess it is not. So this blows up Solemnity. Now we Explosives. And now we can win next turn. So my opponent has they probably don't have an answer to an onboard Explosives. Why can't I activate EE? I thought it was only creatures. All right, so now, yes, now no, I guess we're still not dead. We're still not dead. We can still draw force. But yeah, I honestly, like, I didn't know about what this card did. So that was definitely a mistake. So I guess I should have just done nothing. I think I should have just done nothing. Hey, that's cool. At the beginning of your app, you may turn the enchantment card from your battlefield as long as you get 5 or more enchantments. Each other non-aura enchantment you control is a creature in addition to its other types. It has space, power, and toughness. Oh, because it's an aura. That makes sense. It's pretty neat. So I have these turn to draw force. If we draw force, we win. If we draw anything that's not force, we lose. Okay. Definitely did not know that this locked out everything. So that one is on me. That one is on me. So I guess I won't tracker because of the extra thingy. And I may want Pact of Negation. This hand's nice. Keep. Gonna ship the. I guess we can't really ship the Ghost Quarter to ship the Vesua. Yeah, a card would have been nice. Lotus Bloom. That Nevermore, though. Whew. That Nevermore was messed up, I tell you. Messed up, I tell you, Chad. So many Lotus Blooms. So if they have Nevermore, we play on. If they don't have Nevermore, we probably just win. Yep, okay. This is gonna be a little bit trickier. I'm honestly considering playing a second copy of this card in the sideboard. That's how good it has been. So now if we find the bounce line, we're gonna be in good shape. They're gonna get the Lotus Bloom off suspense, so maybe they can do something impactful. Starfield of Nyx. I really need to find a bounce land there. Just gonna back for Sage, blow up the Nyx. Can back for Tracker. We still need a bounce land or something that can, you know, propel us into doing some powerful stuff. We need our mana to be unlocked. Ghostly Prison is not very good against us. Vestige. No, and I'm gonna hold on to the Vestige. I'm gonna hold on to the Vestige so I can draw a card off Tireless Tracker. Eidolon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Really awkward. Really awkward. Well, that's game. Yeah, I think that's game. Yeah, that's game. That one and that one. We're gonna have infinite mana, so the Ghostly Prison just doesn't do shit anymore. Yep. Alright, see you for the next round. Alright, welcome to round number 4. Yeah, okay. I like this hand. It's a little bit on the weird side of things, but the fact that we're on the play, we have a castle, so any land just gets there. Get the CMA for your own music, yeah. Uh-oh. Stomping Ground has to be bad news for us. So any untap land should be good. Uh-oh. About to get Blood Moon over there. We're totally about to get Blood Moon. Don't Blood Moon me, bruh. Don't Blood Moon me, bruh. They have a fetch in hand. They didn't fetch. Why would they not fetch there? Oh man. Karn, I miss you. Karn, come back. Exodus 814, you will follow. They missed on drawing a land, which makes no sense to me. That's enough for me. Okay, so one of these, one that one, one that one. One of these. We will follow B Del Obribio. Close enough. Hopefully close enough. I think the field trips may be legit in this matchup. vote tracker. Ugh. Just one green source, that's all. Just one basic forest. We have 5. We got 5 basic forests. Can we please have one of those? Please. Dismember off the top. Damn it. I mean, there's no need to play the explosives right now. It just doesn't do anything. Yes. That's messed up. Don't blood moon me, bro. Still better than getting blood mooned. Remember when I said that I could just play the that I could play the explosives on the following turn? God damn it. No land, no red mana, it's not bad. Basic forest. Basic forest. Not fast enough. Not fast enough, so we have 6 life draws in the deck. 6 life draws, the 5 basic forests, and the Force of Vigor. Bold face. 1 devotion away from Clothis. Alright, very, very uninteresting match. And like, imagine if this had been Karns, right? Imagine if this had been Karns. Anyway, see it for the next round. Last round. Now the forest decides to show up. Thank you, basic. It's pretty cool how, like, if we had found the 1 basic forest, then that kind of would have snowballed to the point where we would have probably won that game fairly easily. No untapped land is brutal, man. Probably gonna keep this one though. Sand, second castle. Turn 1 blast zone. Expedition map. Another Eldrazi Tron gamer. What's up, Gibo? Another E-Tron gamer. So many E-Tron players out there. Sure. My opponent may not be well versed on the matchup because playing Chalice on 1 is miles worse. Miles worse than playing Chalice on 0 against Amulet by a lot. Yeah, they kept it. They didn't keep a great hand. I mean, they still had turn 3 Thought Knot, so it's not the worst hand. Oh, they just got whitelisted. That's also probably what happened. They just kept a trash hand, but got saved by the whitelist. I don't like that if I play T-West, it gets exposed to... If I play T-West, it gets exposed to a potential tech edge. Also, all of my land center tapped, man. That's brutal. Sure. So I guess their hand is the nuts now. Yeah, there's nothing I could have copied with Vesuva that would have allowed me to double spell this coming turn. Field Trip. Just not enough. So next turn I'm gonna have 7 mana. Three to transmute, 1, 2, 3. So with any untapped land, I'm not gonna block. And with any untapped land, I can potentially win. No, because I think I'm gonna need the Vesuva to copy. Although I guess I could have bounced it. No, I'm definitely not transmuting there because that my opponent can Thought Knot me at that point. So I just have the Ballista, so it just doesn't matter. But feels bad when an opponent keeps a bad hand and then just proceed to draw out of it. Does it to enter untapped? Yeah, you can choose for it to enter untapped without copying anything. And when you do, it enters untapped. It's a weird interaction, but it does come up every now and then. Ugh. Sure. It is a turn 4 Titan after all. Turn 4 Titan on the play. With Magic, there's a time when my opponent after turn 1 Thoughtseize had 7 lands in opening, 1 Tron piece, then top deck 2 Tron piece on the top, and card and I lost. That is what it is. Yeah, Dryad gives it the ability to produce mana, but otherwise it would not. It's the same thing if you play the Gemstone Mine with a Blood Moon in play, comes in with no counters. And then it just doesn't tap for mana. Pact, no bueno. So I can play Castle here, and then I can copy Ghost Quarter. That's probably the line. So turn 3 I can do Azusa, this copy GQ, play Castle. Turn 4 Titan with planned backup. Gotta have that planned. Plant B. Hit me with that Matter Reshaper, OP. Hit me with that Matter Reshaper. I know you want to. I know that you want to. Dismember resolves. Yeah, this is our third Tron opponent. We played against Tron 3 times. Then we played against Ponza and the Nonsense Enchantment deck. So only remotely possible way for us to lose this game is my opponent assembles Tron and they do something impressive, so I'm just going to prevent that from happening. This game looks pretty over for me. What's up, Scott? Yeah, this is just fine. I'm just gonna submit the same. I'm already thinking about the potential changes that I would do to the list. I think this is bad. I think this is bad. And I'm not sure about the pest summoning. So in place of those two, I think I'm gonna play, well, this hand's great. In place of those two, I'm gonna play another copy of the Destroy Enchantment thing. And another copy of this. And we're gonna try the 5 mana thing. This one is interesting too. Although I guess best summoning makes more sense. Sure. Multi 6. And it's finishing the showcase. Really hope a part of Heliod combo gets banned. The deck is messed up. I agree. I think that what's most likely to happen is that something may get banned whenever Paper Magic comes back. That's at least what I would expect to happen. So any land would be a great draw. It's not quite any land. Am I just developing mana here? instead of holding onto the bounce line. I think so. It's really awkward. Well, I was not expecting that. All right. So there's one that we wanted to try out, which is the 5 mana exile anything. That one. So from the main deck, do we want to change anything? Would like to make room for the second Valakut. And just cut back the negation, honestly. I mean, if they were ghosting, they wouldn't be they wouldn't have conceded, right? With card that you think Healy is a good matchup even in paper, need to play like Elixir. I think that if you play Elixir, you have a better shot. So in paper, I would probably play an Elixir or Feldon's Gain or something. But I don't think it would be a good matchup, no. So we can try something like that. All right, so I'm going to take a short break. I'm going to eat some food, and I'm going to get the cards that I'm missing from my trader. So I guess I can just buy them, because this should probably be cents. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.